Yeah, it's your boy Polo the Swag King, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Polo's POV. If you thought about it, we probably go talk about it. Life, love, and all the above. And now that you know what type of party it is, let me stop with all the shucking and jiving and come on with the come on. Man, how y'all doing? It's been a minute. I've been busy. You been busy. Some been listening, some not. But hey, it is what it is. It's a new year. I hope you've been keeping your New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to keep it real with you, because that's the only thing I know how to do. I've been half-ass keeping over, man. I'm just being straight up about it. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't even have one, but I did say I was going to work, be more conscious of my health and my finances, and I've been kind of half-ass doing that, you know, but guess what? As long as you still doing it, ain't never too late. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. But like some real shit. And speaking of some people doing some shit, what about Dr. Dre selling some of his catalog? I think he sold the Chronic and part of some other shit, but he getting like $200 million. And that seemed like a lot of money, but you gotta realize how many hit songs this man, he was just at the Super Bowl last year, you feel me? Snoop Dogg, well, I ain't gonna say he made Ice Cube, but like, you know, all that shit go together, NWA and all this old good old stuff. But he was making like $10 million a year off his music anyway. So I guess he just said, let me get that all in one. That still ain't even all this shit. And I think Justin Bieber did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about racism and shit like that. The black man and the white man did the same thing, because I think Justin Bieber did the same exact thing. I think he sold his catalog. But here's the thing about selling your catalog. Man, when you talking about rights to your music, you talking about rights to perform if it get played in a movie. But at the same time, if you just want your shit all at one time, just cash me out. Just cash me out. Unlike Dr. Dre though, I think Justin Bieber sold all his though, and he got right around that 200 million or more, but he sold all his. Dr. Dre just sold a little bit of his shit, but I think most people will agree that Chronic album hard. Like if you're a hip hop head or you know anything about music, like that's tough. And then you know the name Dr. Dre. Like this motherfucker say, when your album sales ain't doing too good, who the doctor they tell you to come see? You know what I'm saying? Y'all better listen up closely. You know what I'm saying? He got that. And don't let that motherfucker fool you. That's a big ass dude too. He like well over 6 foot and he a big dude. So whether he did you right or wrong, I don't see too many motherfuckers just running up on him and telling him, Dre, you fucked my beat up. And then he sold beats too. So, you know, it ain't like he just need the money, but I feel like it was just a business decision on that tip. Keeping it on the African American side, Corinne Jean-Pierre or Paris, you know what I'm saying? She became the first black press secretary. I hope I didn't mess her name up, but if I did, just look at Google the press secretary right now at the White House, and she would be a black female. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move on for that, because like I said, I may have not messed her name up. You know, hey, this Polo's POV. I'm doing the best I can. Don't you fucking judge me. Don't you do it. You know what I'm saying? These are my views. They don't represent any publisher or platform that carries my podcast. If you got any questions or comment, you can hit me up at MarcoPolo2K at iCloud.com, Polo_DA_swag_king on Instagram, or Polo the Swag King 1 on Twitter. I had to say that slow for those in the back. But anyway, speaking of, I'm talking about, man, it must be it is Black History Month. This is the first episode of this month. Won't be the last. I'm gonna make sure of that. But this is February 1st. I hate time dating my shit because I don't know when people go hear it. So I hate time dating it. But ironically, I have a bunch of stories and a bunch of shit to talk about that revolves around Black history and Black people. As speaking of which, San Francisco. They got a proposal. They want to give $5 million for blacks for reparations. And if that might sound crazy to some people, it kind of sounds crazy. I'm going to be real. It kind of sounds crazy to me. California got a lot of problems. San Francisco, I'm a 49er fan, but they play in Santa Clara. They don't play in San Francisco. And I don't see them giving $5 million per. I don't see them doing it. I mean, it sounds good, but just to be real about it, I don't see them doing it. They might get some reparations or some reprimand for it, but I don't see $5 million per claim. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's my obligation to break that down just a tad bit more. Just a tad bit more. It's called the generational gap. It's saying a lot of African Americans, a lot of people was enslaved, and other companies and other people got rich off the back of the African Americans. And then their kids didn't get shit. Your kid runs a multi-million-dollar corporation right now. And it's a gap. Had your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather or grandmother or whatever got paid for their labor, they would be just as powerful and just as rich as your or the Caucasian counterpart. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I think that's the best way I can explain it. Like if my triple great grandpeople was getting paid just like your triple great grandpeople, we'd be in the same boat. But as you know, a lot of corporations and a lot of big companies are ran by the Caucasian or, white America or whatever you want to call it. But nowadays, the playing field kind of evening out. Everybody can kind of create their own ways, and it's still roadblocks, and but for the most part, people can pretty much create their own ways now. But like I said, that is a good argument. Whether it'll fly or not, who knows? But it does make sense. If my parents, your parent was working my parent, and if your parent was actually paying my parent like they should have been, then we'll both be rich as opposed to just it being lopsided. But we're moving on from that. And speaking of being lopsided, I just found this out. Like, if you go to Dubai, and it is a beautiful place. Like, I ain't been personally, so don't take it like that. I plan on going. And then, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. I may or may not go. Because I was looking at some shit. Beyonce and then this Beyonce, she got paid like $23 million or some shit like that to perform in Dubai. And she caught a lot of backlash or kind of like a lot of heat behind it just because they don't like gay people. Like, it's a crime. Now, I understand you might not agree with, I'm a spiritual person myself. You know what I'm saying? I know in the Bible it say man supposed to be with man. I understand all this. And everybody got their standpoint on it, whether it's you pro or anti. That's still your mindset, your conception of it. But a crime? Like, how many people on this? And then people talk, well, I ain't gonna lie, America, we've been doing some fucked up shit here lately. But democracy is a motherfucker. I'm pretty sure they're not in democracy. Like, some people think that way, some people don't. But if it's a crime, damn. Ooh, that's kind of rough. That's like saying it's a crime because you like Newports over Salem Slim or Newports over Cool. Or that's the way I look at it. I see it as the same thing. Like, you might be, or it could be, let's take it deeper. It could be you might be pro-abortion or anti-abortion. My bad, because they trying to make it a crime in a lot of states now because of the overturn of Roe versus Wade. So to me, like, if you supposed to be a free people, or well, I'm talking about us now. If we supposed to be a free people, why people can't decide what they do and don't want to do? Period. Who they do and don't want to love. If they want to have a kid or don't have a kid. If they want to do this and don't do that. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, like a gray area or something. Like, you saying I'm free to do this, but I can't do this. And then just off the top of my head, point in case, you have a person on death row. Like, the government go kill them anyway, whatever means. But if they try to kill themselves, you go put them on suicide watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, we want you to die, we want to kill you, but you can't do it, we got to do it. You see what I'm saying with this? I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but anyway, Beyonce caught heat because she performed in that country, and she got paid pretty good. And if I'm Beyonce, I'm taking that check. Fuck it. You know, you might not agree with what they do, but I mean, they paying you $20-some million. That's a lot of money you can for Blue Ivy and the other kid that got him. They might want to buy another plane, whatever they do with their money, but they making it. Somebody offered it to them. Ain't nobody offering me. Ain't nobody offering me no $20-something million for the goddamn podcast. I can tell you that. And then guess what? If they did, I'm gonna take it. I'm just being real with you. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm gonna take it. But anyway, you got any questions or comments about that, you can hit me up at Marco Polo 2K at iCloud.com, Polo_DA_swag_king on Instagram, and Polo the Swag King 1 on Twitter. And I keep giving that out frequently because I'm going to start going live, and then we can actually interact. You know what I'm saying? I'm just starting this out. I just got me a new chair. I still got to hook all my equipment up. I got plenty of equipment. We're just gonna grow this. So my true fans, my true listeners, please just bear with me. Please keep fucking with me, and this shit might be bigger than you know. You might be my number one caller, and then like, if let's say this do blow up, they gonna hear you just like they hear me. They gonna hear your comments and your thoughts just like they hear me, and that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to shine out this. I ain't trying to like make a lot of money or none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. It's my point of view on shit that I hear, and I feel like my point of view need to be heard just like yours do. You know what I'm saying? But and speaking of that, I don't know what's going on in California. They had a lot of shootings last month, like the dance studio, and they had like 3 separate mass shootings, and then that classified mass shooting. Me personally, now I ain't trying to take it, and prayers go out to the families and all that. I ain't trying to like downplay it or nothing like that, but it seemed like the number, when I think mass, me personally, I think like maybe 7 to 8 people, maybe 10 or better. But like, I don't know, it can be like 4 or 5, and I don't know. So I'm not, but don't take me wrong though. Don't misconstrue what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? It's tragedy, it's some bullshit, and condolence to the family. It changes lives on both sides. So I'm not trying to be non-sympathetic or nothing like that. It's just, I don't know the term, what classifies as mass. You know what I'm saying? If it's multiple people shot at one time, and like, and then what's the number? I don't really know. That's something I would like to be informed on, and that's what's going to make my podcast different from the rest. I'm not trying to, I just want to inform, and I could be wrong. My information could be wrong, and I would like to be corrected. I would like to know the right answer, the right information, and that's why I tell y'all, hit me up at Marco Polo 2K at iCloud.com. Polo_DA. D as in dog, A as in apple. I was going to say asshole, but I'm going to say apple. _swag_king on Instagram, and Polo the Swag King 1, all one word, on Twitter. And then this California stuff with all the shootings, I think they had like 3 in like 6-7 day period, something like that. And then one guy, he shot up like a tobacco farm or some kind of farm. Then he drove somewhere else and shot some more people. And I mean, it's gun reform, but it's like I feel like our government is so scared to go against the NRA, or the NRA is so powerful. And if you don't know what the NRA is, that's the National Rifle Association, and it's just they just control so much stuff. Like they in so many people, they pay and put money in so many people's pockets. So you might have a person that, or a governor, or senator, or whatever. They might say, "Yeah, I really don't think we need a 30-round clip." Or they might think it. I take that back. They might think it, but they're not going to publicly say it because the person that's making those 20, 30-round clips is funding their campaign. They campaign $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, and then they know without that money they can't campaign, and they might not get the office or the seat that they're looking for. Things that make you go, And then I want to, hold on, I want to shake that off. I want to shake that off. I want to shake it off one more time. Because I'm pretty sure y'all have heard about this, and I just want to share my thoughts about it. The Tyree Nichols story. Up there in Memphis, 5 black officers beat a black man. 3 days later, he passed away. I think since then, I think some other officers have been, one been fired without leave, but he's a white officer. He's got fired or he's on leave. He didn't get fired. He, suspended with pay, something like that. I'm sorry, y'all. I hate to mess this story up. And then you got a couple of EMTs and rescue workers. They're under investigation. And it's just a sad story, man. From my understanding, the guy likes to watch the sun set and do stuff like that. And he's coming home, and he don't quite understand why they pulling him over and wanting to get him out of his car. If you can stomach it, you might want to do the body cam video. Me personally, I thought I wanted to watch it. It was one of those things you think you want to watch, then you watch it, and then it fucks you up for a while. You know what I'm saying? They mistreated him from the door, just from the way they was talking to him before he got out the car, and it was real messed up, man. I think it was overstepping, and you go have some people trying to defend the police and what they did and how they did it. You're gonna have other people say they had no right, but I'm gonna say this: when it's 5 or more against 1. I mean, what are we saying here? Like, you can have, let's name him, Mayweather. Mayweather ain't lost a fight. Greatest boxer, present day, hands down. But now, if you got 5 boxers in the ring against just him, Mayweather probably go get his ass whooped. You see what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying about this situation. It doesn't matter if he complying, not complying. It don't matter to me. And then looking at it, these ain't no small guys. Them police wasn't no small guys. These some nice stocky size. It was at least 15 different ways you could have subdued this guy and did that. So to me, just me personally, I ain't always been a podcaster, and I ain't always been a model citizen that I am. But I done had my run-ins with the law, and man, I think some of them, they just, once they put that badge, they coolest people in the world until they put that badge on. And then when they put that badge on, they become, I'm the king of the world and you just living in it. That's the best way I can put that. They take it back off. Hey, man, you my fellow person, my fellow American, my fellow brother, just like anybody else. But once they put that badge on and that gun around they waist, it's like they become a whole nother person. And I've seen people do it. I know a guy, he was above me in high school, and I really want to blast him, but I'm gonna let him make it. And man, this guy was the wimpiest kid. Didn't nobody really talk to him. Didn't nobody really even know him. Matter of fact, his little brother was more popular than him. And now he's on narcotics. And man, he'll look at you like he ain't never seen you before. And I went to school with this guy. Seen him every day. He know my mama, all this. But when he in uniform, it's no sympathy. It's just like I said, it's like they feel like they run the world and you lucky to be living in it. But that's another story. Any questions or comments on that? Marco Polo 2K at iCloud.com. Polo _DA_swag_king on Instagram, and Polo the Swag King 1 on Twitter. But keeping in spirit of Black History Month, here's some bright side. We got to shake that off, y'all. Let's shake that off. One more time. Let's shake that off. We got 2 black QBs in the Super Bowl. You got Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. I like him. He tough. He can throw that ball side on him. He can move. But he ain't 100%. Travis Kelce ain't 100%. Well, they got 2 weeks. They might be by Super Bowl time. But now, I'm a 49ers fan. I ain't ashamed of it. We had a good run. And, we had quarterback problems. But the Eagles beat the shit out of us either way, bottom line. And then, like Patrick Mahomes beat us in the Super Bowl a couple years back. So it's no way in the hell I'm going to be riding with the Chiefs. That's just me personally now. You put your money down, you bet, or you feel however you want to feel. But me personally, and I feel like this, if they put up like 30-something points on the number 1 defense in the league, regardless of our quarterback problems, you know what I'm saying? That's offensive. But they put up like 30-something points on the number 1 defense in the league. So I feel like they go take it home. They go win the Super Bowl. Now, I ain't telling you to go bet behind Polo pick now, because that's on you. Don't be on my shit talking no shit about it. But that's how I feel. And speaking of that, on the field, a lot of them probably had to have COVID shots and shit like that to go places and do that. But in certain states, you got to be vaccinated or some shit. Everybody got protocols, getting on certain airplanes and all this other shit. But I said that to say this. Y'all ready for this? May 11th, Biden wants to drop the emergency tag on the COVID-19. And that might not, we ain't under a state of emergency no more. Basically saying it ain't no pandemic no more. And then that might be cool for some people. But here's the thing about that. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been vaccinated. I don't give a fuck who feel what about it. I got vaccinated, got my second shot and the booster. And I'm gonna be real, I really haven't been sick. Been down, but I ain't been sick and hospitalized. And I think that's where people mess up at. It ain't gonna stop you from getting COVID. It never said it's gonna stop you or immune you from COVID. But it said it'll stop you from getting hospitalized and dying. Your chances are very low. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, this is my podcast. I keep it real and straight up. It have been people that have been vaccinated that done caught COVID and died. And I challenge you this. Of the people you know that was vaccinated, had COVID, caught COVID, and died, how old were they? That's for one. That's how old. And what kind of pre-existing problems did they have? Did they have hypertension? Did they have diabetes? Or did they have any other problems? You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? But people, not too many people under 40 that's been fully vaccinated catch COVID and die. And you can Google them numbers and research it. Because that's what I probably, some stuff I'm going to stand on, some stuff I'm going to say I could be wrong on it. But this one right here, I think I'm going to stand on this one. Just Google that. How many people with no pre-existing conditions that's under 40 been fully vaccinated and died from COVID? You might find some. No lie, you might, but I don't think that number is real high. But now people that's over 40 with other problems have been fully vaccinated, and then you don't know if they're fully vaccinated. It's got to be shot, then booster. To me, that's fully. Now, if you just had one shot, and then you, because you got to wait to get the other shot, then get that. You know what I'm saying? So that's up for determination. But I can pretty much guarantee the numbers are going to be low as far as fully vaccinated, no pre-existing conditions, and under 40. And I'm saying 40. I could go 45 or 50. I'm saying under 40. But like the people that have been vaccinated and died from COVID, I'm pretty sure they're older and have pre-existing conditions. Or the numbers are more for them than the people that are not. And then just remember, COVID does that anyway. So it might not even been the vaccine or not. But that's what makes America America. People got the right to choose and do whatever they want. But what I'm telling you about that free shot, once they pull this emergency tag up on it on May the 11th, that Pfizer, that's the one I went with. Because I got that from a nurse. She was like, that's what everybody in here been vaccinated with, and it was the less complications. But the Pfizer might go from free to $130 a shot. And then how many people go get vaccinated then? If they got to pay $130 a shot, and then you need 2 shots, that's $260. And then ain't no telling what the booster go be. Well, now, I think Pfizer was 1 shot. Now that I think about it, I think Pfizer was 1 shot. Yeah. I really do. Yeah, I think Pfizer's 1 shot. I could be wrong on that, but I think Pfizer's the 1 shot. That's why I went with it. Because I ain't got to go. I took the Pfizer, and then I went back and got the booster. Yeah, I think Pfizer's 1 shot. But anyway, if somebody can prove me wrong or can educate me on it, you get me up at MarcoPolo2K at iCloud.com. Polo _D as in dog, A as in apple, _swag _king on Instagram, or Polo DA Swag King 1 on Twitter. But I don't know. But like if that shot going up, it might be some people that need it that won't get it. Oh yeah, and the free test is coming to the house. Like you right now, you can order the free test. Or y'all better order the test now, because after May 11th, it ain't go. It damn sure ain't gonna be free. You might still get it at the house, but it ain't gonna be free. But meanwhile, now have you heard of Flavor Flav? Yeah, boy. This cat from hype man from Public Enemy, this motherfucker just said he spent he said anywhere from $2,400 to $2,600 a day for 6 years straight on drugs. Now, I didn't graduate, but I got 2 GEDs, and man, you talking about right at $5 million on drugs. I wish they, NWA was popular and they was bringing it in, fuck the police. They were the first one to say that, and I mean they done made a movie about him, and he had that flavor of love too. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand why all them pretty women wanted him, but that's another story. And then I ain't gonna lie, to do that much drugs for 6 years, he really don't look that bad. So I don't know, that black don't crack shit might. Well, technically black do crack, cause that's what he was doing. Did somebody catch that shit? Black dude do crack because that's what he was doing. But as for the skin and the aging, it might be some truth to that. Because I don't know how old he is. He really don't look, he look like Flavor Flav, but like he don't look like a dried up Flavor Flav, or like he spent $2,400 to $2,600 a day for 6 years on drugs. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. And then me personally, like I said, this Polo POV, these views don't represent any publisher or platform that carries my podcast. But I feel like he ain't have a good team around him. Because if you doing $2,400 to $2,600 a day in drugs, you got to do that shit from like sun up to sundown. That's just common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody should be like, whoa, bro, that's your whoa, bro, you ain't had too much of this, or whoa, bro, you pouring up again. Whatever his drug of choice was. I feel like somebody supposed to intervene in that. Even the dealer, he want to make his money, but like, hey, hold on, bro, look, now, this your third time coming to me today now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to OD because they go fall back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think he, and then he's a celebrity, so a lot of that money could have been keeping it quiet, delivering it. It could have been on that. Like, it might not have been on the actual amount of drugs. It might have been on some, hey, look, bro, if I got to come out to Beverly Hills and I got to lay low, it's going to be like $1,500 extra. Because, that nigga might have just been buying a couple 20s. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep it on the low. You in Hollywood and people be in the street. And, oh, yeah, man, you got to, I ain't coming to the hood. You got to meet me here. You got to, if I got to come to the top floor. And then he'll celebrity with money. He go cash out. So, I don't know about that. But either way, addiction affects a lot of people and a lot of families. So, man, you got to stand by your people, but you don't let nobody take you down. But them motherfuckers ain't going to stop till they get ready. Like, so don't try to make yourself feel bad or make yourself feel less than the person cause somebody else fucking up their life. When they get tired, when they hit rock bottom, they let that shit go. But until then, all you can do is love them, but from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't going to stop till they get ready. And that's the real shit. Polo talking to y'all now. Y'all better listen. And then let's go to Vicksburg, Mississippi. And anybody that know, they listen to this shit. I'm coming out of Mississippi, but Vicksburg, I think that's up north for me. They got a casino up that way too. But a 17-year-old was arrested. Well, the curfew is 10 o'clock now in Vicksburg because it was a 17-year-old and under. And there was a couple teens that shot another teen and killed him. And to me, like, I don't even see why you need the curfew because if you under 17, you probably ain't got a legal job. You got a job, but like you ain't working the hours like talking about. You can only work certain days because you got school. Certain hours because you got school and all this. But I'm thinking why the governor or the mayor got to implement that. Like, if your kid ain't at work or coming home from a ball game or whatever, what the fuck they doing out at 10 o'clock? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't with them, we talking about teenagers here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like DLU, I don't even trust mine at home by themselves, man. There ain't no telling what these motherfuckers they do. But if they ain't working or doing no shit like that, why they out anyway? And then to me, that kind of fall backs on the parent. And then if you a parent that can't handle your kid, people disagree with me about this all the time. Put their ass somewhere. Detention center, Patton Wood. Make them listen to somebody because they ain't listening to you any fucking way. So what you trying to hold them for? You need to put them so. And then believe it or not, that shit'll teach them better. So when they do get out and try to be a adult or productive citizen in this world, they'll know some shit you go against, some shit you can't. But if they going against you all the time and you let them get by with it, guess what? They go keep going against the grain all the fucking time. Sometimes tough love and hard discipline what a motherfucker need. And then, like I said, I'm a spiritual person. And they say that in the Bible. You spare the rod, you spoil the child. And people talking about this time out, putting them in the corner. I'm telling you what God love. They say spur the ride, spoil the child. And guess what? I got about 7 myself. And I got to think 2 of them out of line. And I ain't spared the ride on 9 of them. So 2 out of 7 ain't bad. And 1 of them I still got chink. I he's younger. Now the other one, I don't know, they done got too old. I keep saying they, cause I'm throwing y'all off. I don't want y'all to know my business like that. But for the most part, they some good kids. And I did not spare the ride. I didn't do time out, none of that. Most of them, I'm proud of all of them. 1 of them can do better, and 1 of them, they still young. You know what I'm saying? Like, they in grade school young. You know what I'm saying? So we got time on that. But, yeah, man, I think us as parents got to step up. Can't be scared. When the police come over there, tell them, well, you get them then. You take them on with you. And I ain't saying beat your fucking kids. Let's get that out the way now. These are my views. They don't represent a publisher or platform that carries my podcast. But sometimes parents just too soft. Like, I'm not finna be paying all the bills, handling all the business, and then let somebody that ain't contributing to the household at all tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing. Now, that just ain't gonna happen. And that's just how I feel about that. I'm gonna switch it up. You got Chat GPT. It's a AI program. You supposed to just type in whatever you want. Write me a poem for this girl I got a crush on in the 12th grade, and he supposed to spit it out. Write me a paper on this and that, and that's the problem right there. Write me a paper. A lot of people saying that go help kids cheat as far as writing exams and papers in class and in school. And apparently the maker of Chat GPT, where you can just put a few keywords in and it'll print you out something cool. They created another AI that's going to recognize the AI that they created to, like, put a stop to making, like, a teacher might read it and they go know, like, okay, nah, you didn't write this. This is totally artificial intelligence. So, me personally, I'm going to invest in it, but I think we're walking a thin line with this artificial intelligence. And if you think I'm bullshit, you better go watch the movie I, Robot. That's all I'm saying. And then speaking of a robot, Tom Brady. I'm talking about he done won so many conference championships, playoff games, Super Bowls with the Patriots. Then he went to Tampa Bay, won and won, and now he finally announcing his retirement. But now I'm not sure it's a retirement because he already got a $300 million ABC deal just for commentating. 10 years locked in, $300 million, and you can add that to the production company he got, the movie that's coming out, and the clothing line. So one more time, man, shout out to Tom Brady. Like I don't know what only thing he need now is get his old lady back, and with the production deal, the $300 million, the movie and the clothing line. She got to really don't like his age to take him back or something. Like he must have fucked up the church's money or something. He had to holler at her sister or mama or something because I don't see her not taking him back. But I don't know. We have to see about that. And speaking of more celebrities, Chris Brown. Now this one, you got money. He built a department store outside his house just for his clothes. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I just seen it online. I seen it looked like a little clothing. It kind of looked like Hudson clothing section. Some people might not know about Hudson, but it looked like Hudson's or... Now, it wasn't as clear. The aisles weren't as clear as roses, so I ain't gonna... It looked like a Hudson store. And now I'm thinking, like, why would you build that, spend all that bread, and then it could be still hard to find shit. But then I thought about it. He had the money to build a department store outside his house. And then, how many clothes you got, bro? And then donate some of that shit, man. Get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to talk about one of the stupidest motherfuckers. Now, if this motherfucker ain't stupid, they really shouldn't arrest him. They need to put him in a mental hospital or something, because he ain't thinking clearly. A motherfucking man tried to say a baby tiger on land. I'm going to let y'all sit with that. This man tried to sell a baby tiger on land. Apparently, he ain't watched The Lion King none. Apparently, he was just was too young, or he didn't have cable or Netflix or something. Apparently, he didn't watch The Lion King. And then he tried to sell it for $20,000. A baby. Did I say lion or tiger, y'all? I don't know. Hell, but it was a baby tiger. And man, you got to be the stupidest motherfucker that ever set foot on the planet. And then on the internet, oh man, shit. I'm gonna go out here on a limb and say this motherfucker didn't even graduate. I mean, he couldn't have, or he ain't been. I don't know, man. He had to be from a country that ain't connected to the world or something. But yeah, he done posted a baby tiger online. And what you think them folks did? And then after they busted his ass, they found some more exotic animals in his possession. Which of course they gonna do. He must have heard of PETA. Not like, come on, man. You just can't do it, bro. You just can't do it. I'm gonna tell you what else you can't do. You can't take African American history out of schools. And that's what Governor Santos in Florida trying to do. He don't want to teach it. And he don't want to, he said the curriculum go cost too much money and this and that. But Florida schools had to send forms home to ask parents if they even want their kid to be taught the Black National Anthem. And to me, I mean, everybody knows some of the history, but I've learned more about African American Black history out of school than I have in school. And some people gonna say, "Oh, it's the past. We don't need to relive the past." But you have this. If it's American history, and the only people who will say that is because they don't really know American history. This country was built off the backs of blacks and immigrants. Well, we was all immigrants because we was bought over here. You know what I'm saying? And the stereotype that minorities, Black, Asian, Mexican, Hispanic, whatever, are lazy people is a fucking dumb statement because, like, that's who helped build this country. That's who's out there doing the railroads, the White House, you know, all this stuff that other people want to take credit for, but it was actually built off the backs of the same people that you saying shouldn't be here. Now that is an interesting conundrum. But anyway, y'all, this has been the Black History Edition. I'm going to end with this because I think this is very important. How somebody going to get mad because you asked for the money that they owe you? You ever had that situation? Like somebody been owing you money for so long, you just got to ask, like, hey, man, you ain't forgot about me, or hey, what about this? What about that? And then they're turning around, oh, man, I'm going to give you this funky ass this or this. Why it's got to be funky now? It wasn't funky when you asked for it. You know what I'm saying? And then you asked me. I didn't ask you. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that I've always been curious about. Why you mad at me? Because I had to ask for the money that you owe me. But y'all, real quick, real fast, we're about out of time. I just want to say shout out to Jay-Z and Yo Gotti. They dropped a lawsuit against Portsmouth, Mississippi, and of course I took interest in this because I am from Mississippi. Their penitentiary living conditions and the food contamination would include rat poop and stuff like that. But Yo Gotti, he's from Memphis, Jay-Z from New York, of course. They got together, filed a lawsuit against Portsmouth Penitentiary about the living conditions of the inmates. And guess what? Now they dropped it. And why did they drop it? Because Portsmouth upgraded their living conditions and stuff for the inmates. Because just because people break the law don't mean they're not human. Now, some of them, that's on the fence. Because some people do some heinous and sick shit. But for the most part, your average criminal, the dope head that forgot that he didn't smoke all his dope, or the guy that's trying to sell weed to feed his family because he don't know no better, that's different. But shout out to them. They got the penitentiary system to reform. One part anyway. But until next time, be good and be safe. Peace.